Hello everyone, Namaste. Today let us try to understand what is hot flashes or night sweats and how it happens. It is not necessary that the problems in the menopause, that is the menopausal symptoms has to happen or start only after the last period or attaining menopause. It can even start during the perimenopausal period. It means once the woman's period starts becoming irregular, even at that time the menopausal symptoms can start. And it is not necessary that a woman will have all the symptoms of menopause. In some women, the hot flashes may be the predominant problem, and in some other woman, it can be sleep disturbances, and in some other woman, it can be depression or anxiety or mood variations. But the most common problem a menopausal or perimenopausal woman faces is hot flashes. This is the most commonly seen menopausal problem. 80% of the women will suffer from hot flashes, but unfortunately nearly only 20 to 30% of the women will will ask for medical help. It depends, like the more sensitive her body for the deficiency of estrogen, the more she suffers with hot flashes. First, let us try to understand how to recognize hot flashes. The sensation of hotness will suddenly start first around your chest, and then it migrates towards your face and the head, and then it spreads entirely to your body, but majority of the time it is limited to the upper half of your body. So once you start feeling that hotness, you will start sweating, you will start feeling the palpitation, and you will become more anxious. All this episode, the entire episode lasts for 2 to 4 minutes only. So after that, after this episode passes off, you will start feeling cold and you will start shivering. So you don't have to panic. Suddenly you may feel that suddenly what has happened to you. You don't have to panic. The only thing is you have to understand this is how the hot flashes is. Once the episode passes off, you will start feeling normal. Let me try to explain to you with a simple example how hot flashes happens and what is a mechanism. What happens when you get fever? Your body temperature rises, right? Brain is the organ in the body which controls all the organs and the functions of the body. Even the controlling of the temperature of the body is also controlled by brain itself. There is something called as hypothalamus in the brain. The part of the hypothalamus which controls this temperature is called as thermoregulatory zone. This gets the sense, or it gets activated whenever the core body temperature increases more than zero point 0.4 degrees centigrade. The thermoregulatory zone senses this increase in the core body temperature. It tries to dissipate this heat and protect the body. So it is a protective mechanism of the brain to protect our body from this increased temperature. So to reduce this temperature, what happens? The blood vessels in the cutaneous dilates and the blood flow to the skin increases. That is why we feel so much hot, and then we start sweating. So this sweating and feeling of hotness, these two are the mechanisms which helps to dissipate the heat from our body. So once the heat is dissipated and once the temperature is reduced, then then suddenly the thermoregulatory zone starts sensing that the body temperature has decreased, and it tries to maintain the temperature. So at that is the time when you feel shivering, and you may start feeling chills. This is the mechanism how our body is protected during fever. But what happens in a perimenopausal and menopausal woman? This thermoregulatory zone becomes more sensitive because of the deficiency of estrogen. That is, it starts sensing that increase in the temperature even when there is mild increase in the temperature, like 0.1 or 0.2 degrees centigrade increase in the temperature. It will sense it as if the body temperature has increased too much. So the same mechanism starts. There is increase in the blood flow to the skin, and you start feeling heat and you will start sweating. So once the temperature is reduced, you will start shivering and you will start feeling the chills, and it will try to restore the temperature. So this is what happens during hot flashes. Whenever you have fever and when the fever comes down, you feel so much tired, exhausted and weak. Imagine if a woman feels the same thing after each episode of hot flashes. She feels definitely very weak, tired, exhausted and fatigued, right? Especially if she has more than 7 to 8 episodes of hot flashes in a day. More than 95% of the women will suffer from sleep disturbances. So the more frequency of the hot flashes a woman have, the more sleep disturbances she will have, the more decrease in the quality of the life. For some women, the hot flashes may be mild. She may have only 1 or 2 episodes in the entire day. But for few women, it can be every hour. So she can have more than 10 to 12 episodes in a day. So that at that time, it is more severe. When these hot flashes happen repeatedly, happens more at night, it significantly affects her sleep. Her sleep will be disturbed. She'll be getting up from sleep repeatedly, and once she gets up from the sleep, it may be very difficult for her to go back to the sleep, or she may get up early in the morning. And even if she sleeps also, she may not have that quality sleep. So when this affects her sleep during the daytime, she will not be having any energy or any interest to do any of the activities. She will feel very tired and exhausted. She may not have interest in our daily routine activities. So such kind of hot flashes, we say it is severe. So how long these hot flashes last? For majority of the women, nearly 70% of the women, these hot flashes last for 4 to 5 years, and after that slowly it will reduce. Once our body get adjusted to the estrogen hormone deficiency, slowly it may decrease in the severity and may disappear. In around 20% of the women, sometimes it may last up to 10 years, and very rarely it may last. For few women, around 10% of the women, it may last up to 20 years, which is actually very rare. When a woman gets more than 7 to 8 episodes in a day, this is the time which affects her quality of life. More than 95% of the women will suffer from sleep disturbances. Nearly 85% of the women will suffer from lack of concentration, mood disturbances, and nearly 60 to 70% of the women will suffer from lack of energy and lack of sexual desire. I think for today it is enough. In my next video, I will tell you about the treatment for hot flashes. Thank you.
If you like these videos, please like, comment and share. And for more updates on women's health, please subscribe to my channel.